So here's our example 5 that we're adding to our notes, right? And wants us to find the inverse of that. So we're going to go through our steps. What was step 1? Yeah, change f of x to y. So y equals 2x plus 1 over x minus 3. What is step 2? Switch the x and y. So we get x equals 2y plus 1 over y minus 3. Yeah, step 3 is to solve for y. So the problem is we have a fraction in our denominator, correct? To begin with, so we're going to get rid of it, because we don't like fractions, by multiplying by the y minus 3. Alright, so what I have on the left side here is I have x times y minus 3. Yes. And then here the y minus 3's cancel, so I just have the 2y plus 1. Alright, so how is this problem different from the others that we did? Yeah, well, yes, we will. But this one has 2 different y's, doesn't it? So I've got to get those y's on the same side. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this parenthesis. So distribute that y. I'm sorry, distribute the x, excuse me. So xy minus 3x equals 2y plus 1. Now, because we have 2 different y's, I need them on the same side of the equal sign. So if it's got a y, I need to move it to one side, and if it doesn't have a y in it, it needs to go to the other side. So I'm going to take this 2y here, and I'm going to move it over with the other y. And I'm going to go ahead in the same step then, because I have something that doesn't have a y on that one side, so I'm going to move the 3x over to the other side. So on that left-hand side, we have xy minus 2y equals, and on the right-hand side, it doesn't matter which one you put first, the 1 or the 3x, because they're both positive, so I have 3x plus 1. What can we do on the left side that'll leave me with just one y? I can't combine them, they're not like terms. But remember, we were able to, they have something in common though, don't they? Both of these, what do they have in common? A y. So why don't we common factor out a y? So we're going to put our y here. And we remember common factoring means just divide it out. So when I do that, that y cancels and I get x minus that other y cancels and I just get a 2. And then I'm just going to write the rest of this down. Now, I want to get y by itself. What mathematical operation is happening between the y and that parenthesis? So if I want to get rid of that parenthesis, what am I going to do? I'm going to divide by the parenthesis. So we're going to divide both sides by the x minus 2 that's in parentheses. I'm going to do that. Those will cancel. And I'm going to bring this up here. So now we got y equals, what's that, 3x plus 1 over, and I don't need the parentheses, so I'm just going to drop it, the x minus 2. And we solve for y. And so what is our final step then, step 4? Change the y to the inverse notation, right? So the inverse of f of x is equal to 3x plus 1 over x minus 2.